What's poppin', everybody? Thank you yet again for tuning into the channel. I'm back on behalf of www.ETCZAYA.com. You can go and check out that link in the description. And this time back with a bit of an opinion video, man. There's going to be a few videos that I released today, so please be aware. You may see the same t-shirt. It's not on no, I'm wearing the same t-shirt every day, man. I get that a lot, people. I tend to upload videos, one at a time. I hate to just, upload everything at one time. And people be like, yo, bro, but didn't you wear that yesterday? No, my dude, I just did all the videos at once. So just bear with me. But today, just back with a bit of an opinion video, man. All right, so there's this incident that happened out in Los Angeles. I'm not too sure where. And for the people that haven't seen this, this actual clip, I'm not sure if I can roll the clip in here. Sometimes it gets the video flag, but I'll definitely leave a link to the video in the description below. So just go ahead, click that if you want to. Pause this, click that, check it out, and then come back. But someone on my Twitter, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and give the homie a shout out because it's definitely something worth talking about. So I want to give a shout out to @GLO713 George Lopez. Shout outs to you, homie. He asked my opinion on this the situation in which took place out over there in California, and it was an incident where I guess you had two homeless people, and I don't know if a homeless guy is stealing another guy's card or whatever the case may be, but police descend onto this incident, and from when the video starts, you could see one of the homeless guys. And he's pretty much attacking police officers, man. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I know that right now we're on a bit, we're kind of walking on eggshells nowadays because there's so many police brutality and fatal killings of civilians that are popping up that it's almost as if it's scaring the general public. So, I'm gonna keep it honest, man. With me, I don't got nothing to hide. I'm pretty, legit in what I do each day, and I'm not doing anything that's illegal. But still, man, when them police officers get behind me, I get a little shook, man, because you just never know how a scenario can play out. And with this one, you have the homeless people, and well, there's one guy, and he's just spinning around, swinging his arms. And once you do that, at any point in time, an officer can say that, he feared for his life. Hands or not, homeless or not, big, black, small, yellow, white, it just doesn't matter at this point. Like, if an officer tells you, get on the floor, just get on the floor. This is something that I've noticed. Like, a lot of people, they'll resist and resist and resist, and then they wonder why there's fucking 10 officers on your back. You gotta really play it cool, calm, and collective with these police officers. And there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments that be like, oh, but it's my right, I could do what I want. That's perfectly fine. You're absolutely right. You can do whatever you want. But when they put that fucking baton in your fucking back, don't bitch, man. You are resisting, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? But, getting back to this scenario. So the homeless guy swinging his arms. Police officers are trying to subdue him, and then the altercation goes to the ground. Now, the dude that's recording, the shakiest hands I've ever seen. Number one, he didn't even really get a good perspective of what's going on, because once it hits the floor, you can't really tell what's happening. I'm sure that there's still a struggle. You can see the struggle, but you can't see where arms are going. You can't see what's being done. And there's one thing that I will say, and this is on the defense of police officers. If a police officer is wrestling with someone and your hand even goes near his gun, I feel that he has the right to pull it out. And if he feels that, it's justified, he should shoot. If I was a police officer, I would too. Because I don't know what you're doing. You could be reaching for my gun. What happens if you pull the gun out on me and then you kill me? What happens? You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gone. You have to understand, man. And again, there's gonna be people that just don't agree with me. There's just people that are just fucking hard-headed. Plain and simple, police officers are put in a position where they have to protect the general public and uphold the law. And resisting arrest, number one, you're already breaking the law. Don't resist arrest. You know what I'm saying? But they're already in a position where their job is already fucking dangerous, man. They have a dangerous job. And again, I don't want to say that I'm siding with the general public, and I don't want to say I'm siding with police officers. But common sense is common sense. If we have these issues with police officers and they're killing people left and right, stop fucking resisting. If you don't resist, it's one guy, he puts the cuffs on you. So now, Pete, so if you don't resist and he gets the beating on that ass, then you're good. You pretty much won. You're set for life because you're able to sue. I would. Let me tell you something. This may sound ignorant as fuck, but I would take one for the team, man. I would take one for this team of me and TSGK. If we got pulled over and I didn't resist arrest and I was just laying there and nigga was getting the whipping with that baton, I would just be thinking about the fucking millions and millions that I'm about to sue this motherfucker for, or sue the department or anything. But for the most part, back to the story. I know I keep going off guard. It's just stuff that this is really freestyle and I just want to kind of get it off my mind. So the actual homeless guy, there's a wrestling on the floor. You can't really see what's going on. I feel, or I think, because again, we have to make assumptions on this video. You can make your own assumption, and the assumption that I'm making is that he reached for the gun, man. He reached for the gun. If you're reaching for the gun, why are you reaching for my gun? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you reaching for it? If you're reaching for my gun, then you got it. It has to be thought that you are going to use my gun against me, and it's not going down like that. Like, I'm going home. My job is to upload the law. Had you not been fucking around in the street, had you not been doing something that you wasn't supposed to be doing, me and you wouldn't even be on this scuffle on the floor. Common sense. So the cop ends up pulling out his gun from what's being said, because I don't even think you could see this part in the video either. And the cop freaking unloads on the guy. Now, here's another part that I don't agree with. And it's the law, but I just don't agree with it. And I'm never gonna agree with it, and that's just how it is. If you have a homeless man that has no weapons on him, there's no need to kill him. There just isn't. Right now, with the way that society is working and all these cases are popping up, they really need to fix this rule. There's no reason that you should kill him. If he has no weapons at all, shoot him in the leg, B. Shoot him in the leg. Shoot him in the leg and continue to pump shots into him until he stops. But don't just shoot to kill. I just don't agree with that rule. Like, I really think you should be shooting to injure. I would rather you be injured than dead. That's just me. And I'm sure that man's family, if he even has a family, would agree at this point. They may not agree before this point. And a lot of you people will not agree before the point. You'll agree after the point. You'll agree that if, let's say you out there that's watching, something happens to your uncle today, tomorrow, the next day, you will agree then that he probably should have got either shot in the leg or shot in the arm, something to try to subdue him. You're not gonna agree with me now because there's no point in you agreeing with me now. Nothing has happened to you. It always has to be a situation that happens to you for you to be like, oh shit gotta be different. You know what I'm saying? Right now, everybody is, oh, fuck the police and fuck the police and fuck the police. No, it's not fuck all the police, because not all the police are bad. Just not all the police are bad. I know people that are police officers, and there's some good people out there, man. There's some good people out there that are just trying to, you know, they've either had a dream to become a police officer, or they've wanted to become a police officer, or whatever the case may be, and they just, you know, they're just living out their dream, man. They just working like everybody else, a normal job like everybody else. It's the general public that's making these things difficult. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's a few bad apples, and those bad apples need to get weeded out. But we can't just now, because there's two bad apples, we can't just say all police officers are bad. As soon as they show up to get me, I'm killing one. You can't do that. You just can't. It's just unfair to the guys that are doing the right thing. As far as the ones that are doing the wrong thing, this is another thing. And, you know, I'm not trying to promote violence. I'm not trying to support threats or death threats or anything like that. Why is it always that the guy that does the killing goes scot-free. No one out there, not one of you people out there can say that, yeah, I went and I did something to that officer. No, you always end up injuring the good officer or the officer that didn't do anything. For instance, in New York, when they killed the 2 police officers, were those the 2 police officers that did anything? Were they police officers that were harassing that person? Probably not. They were innocent bystanders. So why is it that always the innocent bystanders get killed? Why? If there's a bad officer and everybody knows he's rotten and everybody, why are you not taking out your frustration on that guy? I just don't fucking get it. Listen, this is what I say, because I don't want to see no one, I don't want to see no one buried 6 feet under. It's just not a good feeling. If you've ever had a death in your family, you know how that feels. It's a shitty feeling. So, I don't wish that on nobody at all. I would like everyone to prosper, and I, if it was up to me, it would be a peaceful world. There would be no back and forth, no war, no none of that. It would just be peaceful, man. Everybody chilling, everybody enjoying life. That's what life is about, enjoying it. Having fun, doing what you want to do every day and enjoying it, a smile on your face. For the people that wake up miserable, go back to sleep, man. You're making the world a more difficult place to live in. For the most part, when these officers pull you over, man, stay calm, man. If they tell you to get out the car, just get out the car, man. I know that a lot of you guys are going to say, but it's my right. I want to do what you just can't. At this stage, you can't, man. You can't, because right now, it's like a pot boiling. And right now, it's a pot boiling. And there's issues with police officers and there's issue with the general public. So now, who do you think is going to win? Because you're either going to get shot, you're going to get arrested for resisting arrest, you're going to get beat. There's so many cons to us acting out versus police officers acting out. Really, and if you don't listen to this vid, if you don't find anything in this vid that is even remotely amusing, if you just say fuck Zaya, he don't know what he's talking about, that's perfectly fine, man. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But what I will say is, man, be careful. Be careful out there. Everybody is on pins and needles. These police officers will, the rule is not changed. The rule is shoot to kill. They will kill you, man. And you'll be gone, and that's it. Once you're gone, there's no restart. There's no start over. There's no turn the game off, turn the game on. Once you're gone, man. And at this point, a lot of people are relied upon. If you're a father and you have, multiple kids, a wife that's at home, you can't afford to be fucking acting up. You can't afford it. Because if they fucking kill you, what's your wife supposed to do with the kids? You know what I'm saying? If you're a son and you take care of your mom and you out there in the street and you chilling, just think for a second, like, are there people that rely on you to come home? Are there people that want to see you come home? Do what you got to do to come home. Acting out in public and the resisting, and I see it too much, man. In this instance, I'm sure you guys are waiting. Do I think the officer's right or do I think the officer's wrong? At this point, from what I see in the video, I think the officer's right, man. Don't get me wrong, I wish he would have injured him and not killed him. But if we're going based on the law, the officer's right, man. He probably was reaching for his gun. What's he gonna do? If that homeless guy pulls for his gun, he could kill him, he could kill other officers that are right there, and then what happens? Those officers, their families, they don't have their loved one anymore. Why? Because the homeless guy was acting up. It's just my thoughts, my opinion. Again, I'm a very opinionated person. I like to give my opinion. I like for good conversation. Please don't take any of this personal. Please don't think that I'm anti or something. It's just so corny, man. Let's stop making excuses, man. For real. It's my opinion. I think that the homeless guy is wrong. The homeless guy deserved to get killed, though. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with nobody getting killed. But if it had to get done, it had to get done. If it was either the homeless guy or the officer, it would have to be the officer, because the officer's just doing his job, man. And then on top of that, I don't want to keep you out too much longer, but the officer's fucking black. So then the black guy that's fucking recording is talking all this black shit, and enough with the race stuff, man. This shit's just getting so corny, man. I don't like to hear that shit. We are people, we are humans, man. All right? Plain and simple. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Super long video. Super sorry. I just really had to get that off my chest. Shout out to the homie from Twitter that asked for my opinion. And with that being said, yo, everybody stay up, stay fresh, and go in peace, man. Stay out there, stay alert, man. Believe me. There's just not really much more to say, but I thank everybody for watching the video. Like I said, stay up, stay fresh, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.